truth, guys. Let's give her a shot. Hey guys, welcome back to Farmstead Forge. So we're still working on the old grinding wheel. My last video, I forged the seat. Today, we are working on building us some levers for driving this thing. And I just got some inch square stock, and I'm probably going to be a little lazy. Instead of punching my hole, I'm going to upset it a little bit, drill my hole, and then size it to the square shaft. From what I've seen on these, they're pretty short little arms, and then I actually had a subscriber that I've been talking with over the comments, and he actually completely built one of these from scratch, so that's pretty cool. And he mentioned a few measurements on his arms and how you want them shorter so you're not working so hard, which he really helped me out a ton, and I really thank him for that. So I cut these about 3 inches. I'm going to draw out, make thinner on my arm, of course, and just where it sits on my shaft is going to be a lot thicker. Probably going to make it pretty simple, and then I'll just cut my excess off of what I draw out. I got some copper telephone wire that I'm going to use just for getting my length on my rods, how I like it, and then once I get it where I want it, I'm gonna be lazy again. And these are some old levers off of an old drill, but they have a really nice rod already made up, and it has a nice little loop so it's straight in line with everything. I think I'm just going to steal those off once I figure out my length. So let's get started. And then of course I dug through my scratch bins and found some square-headed bolts. I didn't have quite the right length for my little set bolt, so I had to, bring my threads a little down a little farther on those guys. And then I had a couple square-headed bolts left over from my sheep wagon build that I'll need for the foot pedal part. They should work about perfect. And then, of course, it keeps it all historically accurate using square-headed bolts, and these bolts are probably the same era as this thing is, so that's pretty cool. I don't need much. Pack a little more material into that thing. It's probably good. Try. Take my corners off a little bit. And then I want a pretty good little dip in there so my rod's not catching on things. But I think I'll do that in a minute before I punch it. That way I can keep it all flat. So one of these has a rivet, and one of them has a square-headed bolt. I'm not sure which was the original one, but they're both pretty tough, so definitely have to cut the rivet. I don't know if I can save this guy or not. It's probably too far going. Just gonna twist it off. These bearings are in tough shape. I'm not sure if it's lost a ball at one time on each side or if it's just wore that much. I think I can rebuild them pretty easy. I'll have to take them apart and get a new set of ball bearings from somewhere and pack in there and kind of rebuild it. But right now, it's not my priority. Right now, I'm just going to stick some grease in there. Keep these guys from falling out on me. Flying everywhere. Oh, look at that. Even got a little green paint. It's the wrong color green, but... A little bit more. Jog in that. Looks pretty good. So I put 2 center punches on here, one from the center of my, the bottom of my shaft is right at 3 and the other one's right at 2.5. So I'm going to try my longer one. If I don't like that, then I can shorten it up a little bit. Off later. Just make sure they work. Alright, that'll do. Put on. That's not catching on anything. Like I said, I will shorten these bolts up here in a little bit. I just want to make sure they work. I got these pedals about 1.5 inches off the ground. It's kind of, I figured, might be a good starting point. This one, just to try it. want this one up. Oh ho ho! It's probably been 70 years since that thing worked. It's pretty cool. I got to do a little bit of adjusting. I think I'm just going to take my torch and probably heat these up and bend them out just a touch more. My rod likes to just rub on there, so I'm going to do that. I could have these a little bit shorter, but honestly I kind of like it right there. It's not too much work, and it just kind of does its thing. I think I'm going to adjust those and build real rods and go from there. Stay. That's a little better. A little bitty hairpin in there. There we go. Okay. Other side. All right, moment of truth, guys. Let's give her a shot. Ooh, that thing's smooth as silk. Well, silk with wore-out bearings. Oh man, it's probably been like 70 years since this thing worked. And I don't think I'll shorten those arms up. I kind of like it. I'm really barely moving. Let's try something. So, I believe you're supposed to rotate these towards you, and I'm not sure why. I've heard that a couple different places, so maybe somebody can comment and let me know why. But I don't want to run it too much dry, but man, I didn't think I'd really use this. It'd be more of a novelty piece to add to my collection, but that might be kind of handy just for touching up punches and stuff. Now I have an idea for my little water jacket or my funnel that's a little bit different than original, but I think it'll work better, so we'll work on that one in our next video. But man, I'm pretty impressed with these arms. They work pretty nice. Nice and smooth. I just want to say a huge thank you to the subscriber that commented and told me some measurements that he made on his. And if it's okay with him, I will drop a link to the video in the description. You can go check out the one he made. It's pretty cool. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. These arms came out great. I'm happy with them. And next video we'll finish it up with the funnel, the water jacket. Remember, keep it simple, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.